What is going on, New York Giant fans? Today was the long-awaited combine for the quarterback position. Of course, every Giant fan knows going into this draft, we have an aging quarterback. We have the number 6 overall selection, and the Giants sit in a prime position to potentially take the first quarterback off the board in this year's draft. Unless the Cardinals take Kyler Murray, which is possible. There are rumors by several scouts that they believe that the Cardinals think that he fits their system perfectly. Kingsbury last year was said to say that he would take him with the number 1 overall pick. Well, now we get to see if Kingsbury's a man of his word. Of course, if they do that, they will have to trade last year's first-round pick, Josh Rosen. Murray did not participate in the combine today. But one man who did was Dwayne Haskins, and he's the guy that I want to talk about today. The combine started off a little shaky for Dwayne. He ran a 40 time, at I think it was 5.04, just over a shade of 5. Now, we all knew going into this combine, other than Stephen A. Smith, of course, who thought that this guy was the second coming of Michael Vick because he knows nothing about football. We all knew that this guy was not fleet of foot. He's not a runner. I don't care about that, okay? I want some escapability, and that is why I compared this guy to Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger ran a 4.94. This guy ran a 5.04, 5, whatever it was, just over 5. And there were reports that said that he had a cramp. So a lot of people think he'll run a 4.8 at his pro day. We'll see about that. But it does not bother me. Tom Brady ran a 5.26. He's the greatest quarterback who ever lived. This doesn't bother me. What I wanted to see was how this guy threw the football. And the way that this guy threw the football was unbelievable. He started off with the short slant routes, about 10-yard routes. He hit his receiver in stride on all 3 throws. Perfect. Led him perfectly. Unlike all the other quarterbacks, Daniel Jones was throwing it behind his receiver. Drew Lock was all over the map. Then they proceeded to test him out on a deeper slant pattern, about 15, 20 yards down the field. Same thing. Hit his receiver in stride every time. But of course, what impressed me the most, what impressed the scouts and the experts the most, was the way that Dwayne Haskins was able to throw the deep ball. This guy threw 60-yard passes on a dime, and the arc in which he did it. He must have thrown that ball 100 feet up in the air, and the way that it dives right down into the receiver's hands. Beautiful deep ball. In terms of throwing the football, this guy has every tool in the book. Okay, the only thing that I guess people could question is his mobility, but they never questioned Tom Brady about that. Look at all the Drew Brees isn't fleet of foot. I don't care about that. I want a guy that can throw the football and has some escapability. He's a big-bodied quarterback, which I also like, because I think it's going to help him be more durable at the NFL level. Now, of course, you're going to have people that question him, people that don't like Dwayne Haskins, whether it be because he comes from the spread offense, whether it's his attitude. That's the other thing I liked about this kid. If you looked on the faces of these quarterbacks today, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them looked nervous. Dwayne Haskins looked as cool as a cucumber. His shoulders relaxed, just like an average day at the ballpark. I mean, it's only the biggest resume of your life. But Dwayne Haskins had nothing to worry about. He went out there and he proved to everybody why he's the consensus number 1 overall quarterback in this draft, or at least top 2. Some people may have Kyler Murray, who did not participate today. So I can't judge Kyler Murray, but I could judge Dwayne Haskins. And the way that he threw the football today looks like he's a legit starting NFL quarterback. And anybody that says otherwise is either blind or they just don't like the guy for some reason, because he went out there today and he had a great performance. I'm not saying it's the greatest combine of all time, but this guy could play quarterback at the next level, and I think he can do it very well. And if the Giants take him at number 6, I'll be thrilled. And I think the Giants should take him at number 6 if he's there. I think he will be the Giants' quarterback this year. I think the Giants are going to take him number 6 overall. I'd like to get your thoughts. I know some Giant fans don't want him. I know some Giants fans want defense. And I'm not, as I always say, I'm not going to be upset no matter what they do. I know their defense is horrible. I also know that the Giants need a quarterback, and they need one soon. And they don't know where they're going to be picking in next year's draft. If they go out there and win 10, 11 games this year, and they're picking in the 20s, who's going to be there? So, with what I saw today, if the Giants take Haskins, I'll have a smile ear to ear. As always, tell me your thoughts. If you like what you watch, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Cheers.